Kendra G goes on the Tamron Hall show for Valentine's Day special, if you will. And yeah, she's still single and lonely. Tamron Hall, I forgot what channel or TV channel that her show is on, but she has a YouTube channel where she has all of her interviews and things of that nature. You would call her maybe a low budget, Gayle King or something like that. She has a lot of very nice interviews on her show. Well, a Chicago native, Kendra G, Miss Swagger Jacket herself, went on the Tamron Hall show to talk about, dating trends and, Valentine's Day stuff and all that. You see all the roses in the background. It was around this time, right? And Kendra G is going to get a little pushback from Tamron Hall for some of the dating trends and some of the standards that are laced in these dating trends, all right? Now, I know Kendra G doesn't like people reacting to her content. She calls them, BA men, you know what I mean? Which I might react to that video later, even though it's laced with profanity, but she has a problem with reactionary channels and reaction content, okay? So, Kendra, if you're watching this, yeah, F you. But anyway, this is a YouTube video, so I'm going to react to it before I do. For all of you, stop playing the video ninjas. For all of you, stop pausing the video ninjas.
Get out! Get out! Get the stepping!
A link will be in the description box so you can watch this without my commentary, criticism, or interruption, all right? If you're still here, thank you very much for your viewership and fair use.
Guess what? People find love. You found love with your Jake. Jake, how long you been together?
We met 4 years ago this week.
Yeah.
And we got married this past June.
You got this past June. I love it. Kendra, thousands and thousands of people call you. Yes. They want to be on the show. Yes. They want your advice, but you're single.
That's right, girl, and loving it. Now, I was in a relationship last year, but this is my single season, and I love it. And single does not mean lonely.
Okay, single does not mean lonely. All right, well, hold up. You know what? I love how women, and really people in general, but especially women, like to use this kind of language to normalize and to glorify parts of their life when they're failing. And she's calling this her single season. Well, if I'm not mistaken, let me look up how old Kendra G is, all right? Because Kendra G, I believe, has got to be in her 40s, right? Her mid-40s, I believe. Kendra G is, if I'm not mistaken, let me check because, oh, wow. Let's see here. Yeah. Kendra G is, fast forward. Kendra G is 44 years old. Okay? Still single, or newly single, I guess. No, doesn't have any children, never been married, all right? So, got that, right? And don't get me wrong, and to be fair, okay, not all right? Some women understand what this means in their life, and they're still going to try to find somebody that can be nice to them and respect them and take care of them, things of that nature. But their standards are inflated to Superman levels, okay? But somebody like Kendra G, she still, because she's famous and all that kind of stuff, she still wants somebody that makes 6-7 figures. She still wants to be tall and have a six-pack and yada, 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 right? So, yeah.
Nobody can't claim me.
Right.
And I got a roster. If you want to join the team, where the camera at, Tamron? Hit me up on Instagram, Kendra G Media. We got space for one.
Yeah, bitch. Yeah, bitch.
Okay. You're 44 years old and you're talking about how you have a roster. Again, at 20, 21, maybe that might be good. I mean, it might be decent even though you're young and you're going to get into the ran through category, but you're still young. You can find a guy you can move or something, or hide your 3 or 4 past, and you'll be okay. At 44, you have a roster. I mean, well, that's terrible. Okay? That's terrible.
Ain't no fucking way.
And they're laughing about ha, 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 ha. I mean, you want to find a man, right? I don't know.
We got space
because I love that But just because you're not in a relationship doesn't mean you're not dating.
No.
And that can be your season where you're exploring yourself and what's on the landscape.
Getting dug out.
Okay, so my team found 2025's most talked about dating trends and catchphrases. These ladies are going to break it down. I gave you some of them at the beginning of the show, so don't feel badly if you've never heard of them, because I had never heard of them either. And I didn't look them up because I want to know how you define them. Future proofing.
Yes.
Kendra.
Oh, you gotta have a job. You have to have an ambition that's gonna go somewhere for sure. I wanna see W-2 forms. I wanna see success records. I wanna meet your mama. I wanna know where you live. Is it in your name? I need to see the lease, because sometimes
Kendra, I'm not good enough to date.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
If I were, let me tell you, because we're talking about it from the female gaze to the male, I'm just talking in general. If I had gone on a date with someone and they started asking me about my W-2s and my bank account, they would have been seeing the gas come out of the pipes of my car.
Yes.
Because that's too, I'm intimidated now.
Well, because women are tired of wasting their time. I'm talking from the
Okay, so men aren't tired of wasting their time either. Okay, now to be fair, I mean, and don't get me wrong, Kendra G for her age at 44 is still a very nice looking young woman. So not gonna take that away from her at all. However, all the stuff you're talking about, want to see W-2s and all that, you like Tamron just said, you're scaring the guy off. But somebody like Kendra G, she doesn't have any time to waste, really, because she's 44 years old. She wants to lock somebody down now. And so for somebody her age, she has to have all these demands and ask all these questions. And like I said, you're going to scare the next guy off, because he's like, what do you want all those for? You're basically rushing him to a relationship by asking all these questions, because by asking those questions, he knows that what you want up front. And he's trying to, finesse it and work into it and get to know you and all that stuff. And you're asking, okay, where do you work? How much money do you make? Who's your mother? Do you have any children? Who's your baby mamas? Have you ever been married? Blah, 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 blah. And it's like, what? Stop it. Okay? But again, Kendra G is out of time, and people that's in her category, mid-40s, still look good, but are single, never been married, no children. That's red flags for men too. They're like, well, what's wrong with you that nobody's knocked you down? Even at 44, you're just broke up with a guy. So, you're a habitual loser in relationships. What's wrong with you that you haven't hit the benchmark of at least being divorced or having children? It's 2025. You never been married? You don't have any kids? What is wrong with you? Now, like you said, well, women talk wasting their time. What about us? We don't talk wasting our time. Can you still have children? Do you have any debt? Do you have any baby daddies? How many children do you have? Do you have any trauma in your life? Has anything happened to you when you were a kid? Do you have your mother and father? Question we want to ask.
Yeah, bitch. Yeah, bitch.
perspective.
Yeah.
So they're like, I don't want to make you be already made. I don't got clay. I'm not magic.
But guys don't want that either. They don't want to make us.
Well, true.
And here we have the women waiting at the finish line instead of coming up with the man. And I get it. It's new times. No woman wants to grind with the guy. They all want to wait to the finish line. That's part of the problem, because now men get to pick. The guys that are at the finish line, they get to pick. Meanwhile, normies like me have to struggle to find somebody. But a guy that's already winning, he gets to wait he gets to pick the litter when he crosses the finish line. And Kendra, if you're at the finish line, you think he's gonna pick you, or he's gonna pick the 22, 25-year-old version of you?
The thing with guys,
And they don't want a broke lady.
Well, no, I don't know though. Some men.
Uh-oh. I don't want a broke woman. It's 2025. What you got in your wallet, baby? Huh? What's in your bank account? Huh?
I'm speaking, but I just speaking because I heard you say it.
I don't think men want a broke lady, but they also don't want a lady that's going to be too expensive. Wigs is $2,000. Lashes is $300.
Okay,
shoes is $1,000.
are you easing into high maintenance?
Yes. Well, I think that, yeah. That's real high.
And you're owning, so 2025 people are owning the high maintenance?
Well, women feel like this is what I do for myself, so a man has to be able to do the same or more.
Why can't you?
Okay, hold up, because Tamron about to hit it one more time. Tamron about to hit it one more time. Because she said we do all this stuff for you. Like, I didn't have to go get a haircut. I didn't have to pull up in a nice car. I didn't have to choose a very nice restaurant that you like because you have your standards for a date. So I had to pick a nice place, nice venue. I didn't have to pull up in a nice car, okay? I didn't have to re-rich myself, okay? I mean, I guess I was gonna do all that stuff for myself anyway too, right?
Doing it for yourself.
I agree with you, Tamron, but they're like, why if you here? If a man is here, why am I
But you're
doing
not here for my wigs.
But they're feeling like this. Okay, I'm showing up for you. I'm giving you my energy.
Oh boy.
Yeah, bitch. Yeah,
And
bitch.
this is the ego of the modern female. You're showing up for me, right? Like I did all this for you. So because of that, if you don't reciprocate that same energy, which really means money, then you wasted my time essentially, right?
You think you can do this to me?
So that's why we're not doing coffee dates no more. We're not doing walks in the park no more, right? Because that's a waste of time too, which really you can't gauge my level of finances with a walk in the park or a coffee date. So you want to take me on this expensive date to gauge my level of finance and my level of game or whatever you want to call it. And then you can critique your hustle and your game from there, huh?
In your presence, you should pay for this. Now, I'm not saying I agree with
Wait up.
Listen to the crowd.
This is getting spicy in here.
But I'm with you, Tamron, because I got my own money.
Don't back up now, Kendra. We got some groans, we got some applause, we got some moans. Alana's coming back with us. I didn't know the Valentine's Day was going to get this hot. We'll be right back.
We will be right back. Yeah, yes, we will. Yes, we will. Yes, we will. But not on this show. But not on this episode. Okay? Now, again, Tamron took her to task a little bit. She gave some pushback, which was warranted. I don't know if Kendra G's going to come back on Tamron Hall's show because Tamron Hall asked a couple of good questions. Now, again, this is the ladies here, so it's going to go back to status quo after the commercial break, all right? But there was some good pushback here, which, no, this is nothing that men haven't already said, but Tamron Hall's a little bit older than Kendra, I believe, so yeah. Tamron Hall's like, well, a little more old school, this kind of stuff. So it's like Kendra G's still in the new school with the dating because of her audience. I get it. Anyway, y'all see it, right? Kendra G's talking about, these dating standards like most women does. Kendra G goes on her show and she tries to, try to be on the men's side. But, I mean, on group preference, things of that nature, shout out to CGA. They're going to still ride for themselves at the end of the day, all right? So, with that being said, thank you for attending another episode of the Working Man Podcast. I am your host, Nicholas J. Fury. Let me know what you think about the Kendra G. Tamron Hall interview and the standards down in the comment section. And please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and the notification bell. We'll be out of the door, and I will see you on the next video.